Hey guys, welcome to yet another episode of Whoreible. This is yours. I'm your girl, Mandii B.
Yeah.
AKA Peg the Stallion. AKA Peg and Markle. AKA that motherfucker bitch. Ooh. What's up, girl? Go ahead and tell them hoes who you is. It's giving Quiet Storm mixed with Florida.
To be honest, as someone who's the accent doer, you love to do an intro.
That wasn't an accent.
I know. I'm saying, as someone who's the accent doer, every single day I come in here, I don't know.
Well, because with my American ass, Florida ass accent, I would love to like narrate something. Like, I'd be so jealous of the nigga that narrate first 48, and then you have 48 hours to solve a crime. Otherwise, it goes. And it's English. You know what I mean? It's English. It's straight, no accent. I might put a little Florida twang on it, but I'd be jealous of the nigga who narrate first 48, bro.
Florida twang. Well, speaking of Florida, I am too from that godforsaken place.
Wow.
My name is Weezy.
And welcome,
Kanye should have been from Florida, actually. Now that I think about it. It births the dumbest niggas. And
who should have been from there?
But y'all both from there.
Huh?
Y'all both from there.
I know, but
so that's not true.
I don't really have them there together.
And I ain't gonna hold you. For all of y'all watching, Kanye is actually from Chicago, and Chicago and Detroit birthed some of the best tricks. The most generous men. You would think they were from Nigeria. Them two motherfucking cities have some good ass tricks.
You would think
they're from Nigeria.
Don't do this, edit.
That's exactly how you sound.
We're not gonna start this shit off like
Lagos, Illinois. Y'all, we have a solo episode because Mandii found a guest that wanted to charge.
Oh, bitch. Let me go ahead and talk shit about that real quick. So we had a guest that was supposed to come on. I would not give him the name because at this point he can't get credit off our show.
What's the credit? Rico Hundo charges people to be their podcast guest.
Ooh, there we go. And I don't know why. He's a part of a show that's not really a podcast, but more of a YouTube thing. And we sat and I was like, you should come on. Similar content, not really. They're a little bit more ignorant on the platform that he's on. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. So he confirmed, 2-3 weeks ago?
Where did you find this guest?
He's a friend of a friend. Met him at a dinner party.
Okay.
And I had already always just been like, I don't really like what he says. So I thought it would make for great content. It would probably boost his social visibility to be on our show, of course. And on the, literally 5 days before we recorded today, I was like, hey, can I get your email just so I could send you the time, the location, let us know if you have any questions or if anything arises. He was like, yeah, here's my email. Oh, we didn't talk my rate. The fact that he hit me up well, here's my rate. I was like, you know what?
Why would Cardi be charged to go on a podcast,
You know what?
bro?
We're good.
We're
insane.
Good.
But we're good. But that's where it's just also, this isn't a pod with 100 listens. You're getting equity and some sort of benefit from coming on the show. Everyone who has been on this show has sent us thanks, have invited us to things,
and
have literally shown gratitude because them coming on the show has either exalted or uplifted or grown their personal brand, whatever products they had, whatever services they had, whether it be in the sex space, whether it be something.
And let me be clear too, because I'm sure he's thinking this or anyone's thinking this. 8 at the Table is a big brand.
Not bigger than us.
They're not bigger than us, but they're a big clickbait brand, right? Social.
But also he gets paid his talent. He doesn't own IP in that. He is a talent.
Well, no. Hear me. I think that people think when you're seeing clips of maybe, let's just say 100,000 people or 1 million people watched a clip. We've been doing this so long because there is a turnover rate. I don't know if, a lot of people that get millions of views, just like we knew from going to the Roots Picnic, can draw out crowds or do live show or do fucking movie live tours or do movies and TV and shit like that. There is a different level to 1, longevity, and 2, having an actual cult following. So I think that sometimes people get shit fucked up. Our fans are very dedicated, which is why they'll call out an episode about the City Girls because they're like, we come to this show for real sex talk, right? And I think people probably get that inflated with social TikTok, that era of we're on content overload. And so people think those numbers mean something. And in actuality, they kind of don't, right? You've got to have people in the game who have been doing this, who are able to host an interview in order to turn money. But that TikTok shit, it really doesn't mean shit. And that's exactly why, I have some podcasters that'll come in here and ask like, oh, I got a person coming on that's got 5 million followers. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have 5 million people listen to their show.
Especially in terms of how it translates to audio. And while someone may have 5,000 or 5 million followers for their skits on their social media, it doesn't mean anyone wants to hear them in an interview setting, right? It's the same with celebrities that are now starting these podcasts, and all these networks think, ooh, let's get a big name and it's gonna be a hit out the park. No, just because people like this person's music doesn't mean they wanna hear them talk. Right. Doesn't mean they wanna hear their opinion on things.
Right.
And we started this goddamn podcast off with motherfucking Kanye, and y'all know I don't really like her, but yes, Amanda Seales had a point. Y'all are still leaning on 808 and whatever the fuck else he had, graduation and whatever the fuck else for Kanye, where it's just like, nah, even for what he's transcended in that space, it doesn't necessarily mean people want to hear him talk. And guess what? Now we're hearing him talk and we want him to shut the fuck up. We don't want him to wear a tee. We don't even want him in clothes at this point. He annoys us with everything he fucking does. And so in terms of podcasting, you guys really like, I don't know, this whole shit done changed a little bit. I done had a whole meeting today too. The whole landscape is changing, but y'all thinking that you have the wherewithal to charge people to be guests on podcasts. If you are an up-and-coming podcast, Weezy and I have never charged for any smaller podcast to be guests on. We have never given a rate to any guests who have come on our pod to be a part of our podcast.
Have you had someone ask you how much? Like, I've had people ask me that. And I'm always like, they're like, hey, how much is it to, if you want to come on my podcast?
If we want you to come on, we're going to have you come on. If we don't,
No. I mean, when people ask me to be a guest. I've definitely had, even when Fresh and Fit hit me up a minute ago, they're like, okay, we'll do flight, this and that. And I was like, what?
Well, that's to get you there. I've offered for sure, depending on the guest, Uber rides.
Yeah.
Like, especially if they're not from New York. Okay, but I make sure your car's, and I ain't gonna hold you. That's more so niggas show up on time.
Right.
I'll be like, well, I'll get your car service. Like, no worries. It may be $40 or $50 if they're coming from the city to come to us. So we have 100% offered car rides to people, but that's for me to make sure you motherfuckers show up.
But here's also why a Cardi B wouldn't be charging, right? Or and who we didn't ask for. It's because this is a new form of press. Like,
absolutely.
It is. We're like radio. Radio.
I mean,
radio don't charge.
I feel like this is better than radio.
It's better than radio because you have a place to actually sink in, listen, and you get something raw.
Right.
One of the podcasts we're making at my job, literally, I asked the dude, like, do you want to be laved up like an I Am Athlete vibe, or do you want mics in front of your face? And he's like, nah, like, I can't. I want the mic in my face. I want the real podcast feel. Yeah. I don't want to like turn it into, Carisha Please is a YouTube show.
Right.
But I mean, and while it's great interviews, I'm just saying, like, it's almost like people are just calling it a podcast because they know that they're popular. Mm-hmm. And I want to
also because they're on all podcast feeds. That's the thing too.
Right.
Like, you can call yourself a podcast when you're available where all podcasts live.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And they specifically also have the audio to where at least it's great to hear audibly.
Exactly.
So Revolt actually is doing a good job where maybe we see it more as a YouTube show because we want to watch it and it's shot beautifully like an I Am Athlete. At least they pay attention to audio.
I think that, people have to understand PR agents have like literally been outreaching for podcasts because it is the place to go. Whereas magazines and different things and articles are sure cool, more visibility comes from podcasting. And we are in a whole new era where if anyone's listening that's a podcaster, like, your shit is really the key to people getting their shit out there. So never feel like for a moment when you reach out, even if it's me, reach out to someone that you want to be on your podcast, like you're inconveniencing them. People should be grateful to be on any platform. I really think that sometimes we get too up our own ass with shit.
And if you broke, just say it.
What do you mean?
Wait,
why else are you asking to be compensated to go on a platform that can possibly indirectly bring you more visibility,
more
that can
value.
lead to more
Right.
deals, that can lead to more monetization?
Long-term
like,
things too.
You wanting, I don't know what the fuck his rate is, because as soon as he said we didn't discuss rates, I said, bless beloved, no worries.
Maybe he just didn't
We're
know
fine.
who we are.
We're fine. We're fine. Don't even worry about it. Blessed under his eye.
It has to come right.
Under his eye, nigga. Fuck out of
It
here.
has to come from a place where people paid him before.
I'm sure.
And I do know people pay to be on Joe Rogan. He's the number one fucking podcast.
People
in the
pay
game.
to be on Joe Rogan?
Bitch, like 15, 20K. I gotta eat. There's a price that he charges for people. But he also drops 4 pieces of content a week.
That's true.
But you could it's like 15, 20 grand or some shit like that. It's something kind of crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. But
He's rich though.
okay, but maybe that's the way he monetizes. How we got Patreon. Maybe that's how he monetized outside of that Spotify deal. You know what I mean? Like the way Black Effect allows us to tour, allows us to do merch, allows us to do Patreon.
I know somebody on Black Effect charging. I want to know, bitch.
Oh, I don't know.
What's the tea?
I don't know if anyone on Black Effect is charging.
I hope not.
I think it's the whites.
It's very lowbrow.
I think it's just the whites. The whites have that. I mean, the views that the whites are getting are out of this world.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why. Like, to me, if you have a company or a business, that's a part of your marketing budget instead of spending it.
Can I talk
in
about
ads.
the Spotify dinner that we were supposed to go to? Like, so it was really nice. Mandii and I got an email. It was in LA, so she wasn't there at the time. But there was this like Spotify dinner, and it was like all their top podcasters. And when I walked in, I saw a Black girl, and I just naturally went to go speak to her. And of course, it was the person who invited us. But it was a really nice event, and I was the only Black podcaster there. There was a Black Asian podcast, so I guess they count. But it was nuts, bro, because when I was in the room, we're just really like in a different world. People almost didn't believe my numbers because they'd never heard of me. But like white Black shit really be separated, you know?
Does.
And it's like crazy because, to be honest, I didn't fucking know him either. Like, keeping it real.
Oh, I don't talk to white people. I mean, I don't listen to white
But,
people. I don't do much with white people, but I do like to make money with them. So if you have checks for me, please bring them my way. But it's like their cadence.
But I'm going to tell you though, bro.
Welcome to another episode. And my ears, they burn.
But I mean, shit, white people are the majority of this country, right?
It's okay. They hate listening to us say the N-word. Bitch, they be like, y'all fuck
They be like, nigga, don't
much.
believe me. I'm not going to stop.
No, nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga. No, we not, nigga.
But
Motherfucker.
I didn't realize how big white podcasters are until they started coming in the studio. And I was like, and then, Dear Media, like, they've got so many white podcasts, right? And so, like, like one of the engineers is gonna be like, hey, have you heard of da-da-da? I'm like, no. And who was it you who said Kanye was gonna be in here with one of the girls? Oh, Tiana. There's some podcaster in here who like has a relationship with Kanye. She's about to interview him. And I'm Googling. I said, I never heard of this bitch in my life. What white world? And of course he would have been on that one. But like the access.
White lives matter.
Oh,
Like literally.
He's so trash.
Mandii said that.
He's so trash.
There is a whole nother world of podcasting that we don't know about. And it's funny because like low key, I'm in this bubble and I feel like I will live and thrive in this bubble forever. And I don't mind it. Like, when I was at the Spotify dinner, I remember saying, which is ironic because Joe Budden was the first podcast to launch, which is a Black podcast considerably. But, I was sitting there and they were like kind of digging to know who I was with and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Black Effect, like literally the network that came with a decent bag because y'all weren't like, I wasn't on your radar.
Right.
The fact that there were other podcasters there with maybe like 30% of the views we have in deals. It's just interesting because literally fashion bloggers or a girl that's like talking about travel and with no audience, they'll develop talent, And I don't even know if it's Spotify's fault more than that's already their demo. So maybe they need to feed it. Like it's weird. And it's really just when you need to have more Black people in the room. At the end of the day, like that's literally what it is.
Yeah.
Because how will they ever know about a Whoreible decisions unless that happens? You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
you're right.
I think we've got to make sure we are applying for them jobs. Be the diversity.
Wow.
Not be the diversity.
Be the token.
Well, speaking of be the token, we're going to get into our vanilla shit that does stem from a white woman. However,
White.
I did some further research and it was quite interesting.
What she did.
So a couple weeks ago, you guys may have seen Khloe, the Kardashian,
Yes.
trending because she decided to let everyone know in her attempt to make this Black man, because Black men don't cheat, y'all, right?
Never.
But by the way, sorry, just hate the narrative that she's just trying to demise of this Black man as if this man did not fully show his ass and embarrass her.
Khloe?
Yes.
Oh, bro,
Multiple occasions.
I'm going to be real with you.
Bruh.
The fact that I got to side with a white woman is bad.
Bro, it's bad. Tristan, why are you making us side with the whites? Anyways.
But we should remind them why. So like Tristian was already had a woman pregnant when Khloe.
They met at a wedding. Yes.
When Khloe took
Jordan. took him from a black woman.
What do you mean, Jordan?
Jordan is the first baby mama.
Oh, sorry. Okay, the name.
Yeah, Jordan is the first baby
Not
mama.
Michael Jordan.
Not the other Jordan that he also flirted with that was Kylie's.
Okay, that's where I was confused.
Nah, it's two Jordans, bitch. Nigga just, Michael Jordan, I don't know. Nigga like Jordans. You know? Maybe he wear them on his feet too. 1s, 2s, 20s, whatever. The whole
4s.
line.
No, how high did the Jordans go up? Because that's
The
how
nigga
many,
probably-
that's
They
how
go
many
high.
baby mamas Tristan
Nah, I
got.
told you, he probably wears
Go
Team
really high.
Jordans. That's how much he likes Jordans. Because nobody wears those. But basically, Khloe went to, on the most recent season of The Kardashians, which is on Hulu, she shares that Tristan's cheating caused her brain trauma. She goes as far as to say
I got that.
She has medical. Oh, that's why I brought it up, bitch. Bitch. That's why I brought it up because I did the further research because I was like, not you snoring, bitch. So Khloe Kardashian was torn up over Tristan Thompson's cheating scandal, but has medical proof that it has messed with her brain. Dr. Daniel Amen was at the Ready for a scientific stunt for the Kardashians Hulu show to show that there's medical proof she was experiencing brain trauma, presumably from the scandal. I did further research, and I want to pull this up. This is from medium.com.
Same.
And it links actually back to another article. I don't know who wrote the article, but basically it is science says this is what cheating does to your brain. And I wanted to bring up because clearly Weezy has said that Old Bay is dead to her, but in what you've been feeling, even in not even wanting to be friends with him, cheating pushes your brain into PTSD territory.
Ooh, I
So
believe that.
Mac taught us that.
Yeah.
So infidelity can unmask pre-existing or non-existing problems that have been masked by the relationship's continued presence. Just as with PTSD, cheating can trigger symptoms that linger in your life. Flashbacks, nightmares, and obsessive thoughts about the situation are some of the most frequent symptoms. It says that a study, here we go, this isn't opinion-based, it's study-based, which is scientific hypothesis.
And you love science.
I don't. So the study involved, the study did involve nearly 64,000. This is the subject pool, men and women of all sexual identities. And consistent with this evolutionary perspective, heterosexual men were more likely than heterosexual women to be upset by sexual infidelity, which we know because men have an issue with egos. It also says that it could lead to anxiety, loss of sleep. Hold on, there's like a whole list of where it literally affects like your whole thing. It also takes away from brain carnage. Cheating is not just an emotional affair, it's a physical one. When you cheat, your brain actually lights up in the same regions as when you feel physical pain.
Damn.
The woman who is cheated on can sometimes leave the experience with higher mating intelligence, which led to you experiencing the trauma of not further trusting someone, not wanting to be in an intimate relationship because it completely triggers all of those physical aspects. And it also just says it
Niggas ain't
completely
shit. It's in
affects
there.
the brain. There we go.
That's like the broken heart right there.
And where you were even trying to hold a platonic relationship, maybe you didn't know what abuse he had put in terms of his cheating.
Right.
Led to your brain signaling.
I mean,
things
here's the
that,
thing.
you
Like,
know.
I dated a good person that has a sex addiction, basically, right? Like, Old Bay was not someone to yell, get angry. He wasn't really even insecure like that. He'd make little comments when he knew my type walked around the spot, but like, he was a decent boyfriend, except for the fact that he liked to fuck any white person that walked.
Not any white person
And
that walked.
I think the brain thing was like, it was funny to read at first, but at the end of the day, like, absolutely, I can't even walk down certain streets in New York without getting anxiety or having certain memories. Shit, I was it Gold Room in Soho the other night, or Tribeca or whatever? Went there the other night, literally sat down and remembered a moment where I got a text message from him that wasn't meant for me. And I was sitting in the same place and it ruined my night and I went home. I was like, fuck, like, how do I get rid of this nigga off of my brain? The only weird thing is normally when I get this emo about shit, I want the person back.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. You walking around with CTE and don't even know it.
Oh my God.
It's giving CTE.
Hey, speaking of vanilla
just
shit,
saying.
I don't have my dick out at the pool. What the fuck is wrong with Antonio Brown?
Yeah, no, it's
For no
but
one
we
that
knew
knows,
that.
there is one.
I mean, they saw that. That was like a month ago now.
No. But like, for those of you who may not have seen, I'm going to describe this video. We watch Antonio Brown in a pool in Dubai, who is like not only like touching his dick, then jumping on a woman like dick first, ass out. She looks so uncomfortable. There's guys cheering him on in the back, saying that he's waterboarding her, making it.
And I'm clearly horny because I was just looking at how big that blur was. I was like, God damn, nigga holding a baby leg. That blur was like really big.
Are you serious? He literally sexually assaulted somebody.
I was just looking at the blur. I wasn't taking in. There's a lot of, bitch, I've been watching Dahmer, okay? There's just a lot of trauma going on. And I was just like, damn, that's a big old blur. Sorry. I was glad to see a blur of Blueface's dick fucking Krishan. There's just a lot of sex and,
Lot of blurs.
and
Yeah,
trauma
who said
going
that? Who
on.
said that? Let me see it.
On
Oh,
Twitter.
you ain't see it?
Is it big?
She was riding it and it was blurred. That's why I said it's a lot of blurred dicks going on.
It
around
gotta
here,
be
okay?
a good dick if she acting that nuts.
He's
Cute too, so I get it. I think he's cute. He's
so-
handsome.
Yeah, even his music video, he looked cute and like on mute.
But no, this is the thing.
Like even as soon as I started,
There's like very rare, like you don't meet a lot. Like rappers be looking kind of. He's a handsome guy, so I get it. But like if his dick is also big,
yeah.
I would keep my tooth. But
Oh my God.
And I'm
yo,
never
shout out to
chatting-
Shay.
I'm
She
never
does my hair.
chatting
She
a
says
face on my
she
neck.
calls Krishan ruthless toothless, and I love that name.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Nonetheless, yes, ladies, if you've been cheated on multiple times, you very well could have CTE or some sort of brain damage
Girl,
due to the cheating.
Don't say CTE.
I mean, you can call it CTE.
It's just
Why?
PTSD. I understand, not CTE.
It says brain. CTE is about the brain.
Yes, but you need like actual physical injury for this.
You
to happen.
don't. It just said it's like a physical injury.
Like, not an actual one. Question: how come when you got that text message, why you didn't have him block already?
Ooh.
What text?
Ooh.
You said that you got a text that wasn't meant for you.
Oh no! In the back in the day.
Ah, okay.
He,
Should be a mess. Y'all hear Ed being a
That means-
mess?
no. That's a fair question.
No, that
He's-
being said, though, is he blocked now?
Yeah, he's blocked actually so
Everywhere.
Because normally
Not so blocked.
No.
Right.
I'd like
Blocked
kind of
real
leave
bad.
WhatsApp open, WhatsApp or like an email, but no,
Right.
like fully blocked.
Like nothing. No
And
way to communicate with you outside of like maybe a pigeon.
No, and honestly, I told his sister I can't talk to stop talking to me too, which actually kind of was hard to do.
Okay, I can see that.
But like I was like, yo, I can't talk to you.
I just
sorry.
feel like I've seen a lot of people do this and then they don't block people. Like I don't understand.
No. You're right. Before, when I would block him, it would just be like phone number, so like he knew he was blocked, and he'd have to like
Yeah,
find
then you
ways.
see the
to
green
reach-
bubble and he's like,
No, Instagram, Horrible Decisions, Instagram, he's blocked from.
Damn.
Everything. I have a personal page. He's blocked from that. I told Vinny to block him. Like, I don't want my mom scared to block him because she's like, what if he dies or something? I don't know. But I told her, don't tell me if that nigga hit her up.
Well, instead of a hors d'oeuvre this week, I wanted to do a hope fact. And because we are in the month of October, I wanted to shed light and maybe get into where we could share some stories, because y'all love our motherfucking stories, or our personal connections. October is actually Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as well as Domestic Violence Awareness Month. I think I've shared on this pod quite a bit that my best friend at the age of 34 found out that she had stage 2 breast cancer and beat it. And so I just want to advocate for anyone who is not only a breast cancer survivor, but someone currently fighting breast cancer, and to all women. It doesn't matter what age you are.
Yeah.
I think she was in chemo and someone was in chemo in their 20s.
How did she find out that she had breast cancer?
So literally what's crazy is, and I remember crying about it, and I was just like, oh, I think everything happens for a reason. So when over the pandemic, I had period cysts going. And every week I'm filling my brain with all of these women talking about how they had to get second opinions, they didn't know, things that they wish they could have found earlier, they didn't. And me and her were on the phone, and she kept just getting a sharp pain in like her chest. And she, of course, we in our 30s, so this bitch is thinking it's acid reflux. She's thinking she has gas, or but it was like it was a constant, like, sharp little pain. Then she was in the shower and
Oh my
she was
God.
like,
I feel you know when your like brain is going
literally.
you feel
I feel like I
And
feel
then she
it.
was like, you know, so she felt her breast because her family does have a history of it. And she felt something and she was just like, ooh, what's this? Mind you, it just felt like a little tiny pebble. And what's crazy is we got on the phone and I think I had just like done some sort of I did some really harsh episodes of period cysts where like, I think I cried once a month on that show hearing like just of women's stories. And I said, ma'am, you're not gonna be my friend. I'm just not gonna talk to you. I won't answer your phone until you go to the doctor. Something isn't right and you need to go get checked and I don't wanna talk to you. You cannot call me. I will not talk to you. Go to a doctor. I'm hearing all these stories from women on things not being caught. And what's crazy is she said, okay, friend. So she went to the doctor, got a mammogram, and the woman actually said, oh, I don't feel nothing. I think you're fine. And literally before she walked out, the nurse turned around and was like, you know what? Before you leave, can you show me what you're feeling? Literally, her just saying that. She walked back into the room and she was like, this is what I feel. She was like, oh, I feel something, but maybe it's just like a torn tissue or something like that. Bitch went through the biopsy, went through everything. She was in stage 2 cancer.
Wow.
So where the doctors literally told her, if you waited 6 more months, we don't know if we could even help you.
Wow.
Wait,
And she beat
the
it.
mammogram, they didn't see anything, you mean?
No, they did
Just like the field test.
just where you
okay,
feel.
okay.
Yeah.
So she did that first, and then they issued, well, let's get a second thought. And when she went in, they literally were like,
That is so scary.
and so it was literally like, even when she went and got the like, you know, whatever the feeling thing
Yeah.
is, the way I've heard all these things in science, I can't keep up with everything. But yeah, the doctor literally at first didn't feel anything and then came back and was like, well, what do you feel? And it was like a pebble, like a little, like maybe, you know,
Multiple,
felt like maybe
yeah.
it was like, you know, and it ended up being stage 2 cancer. And so I say that to say, if you feel like something's wrong, I know that we did Envision Fest last month and
the fibrosis
our
combo.
moderator even was like, her period hurt her. A period shouldn't hurt. Sex shouldn't hurt.
Whoa,
And we had that
wait.
conversation.
Hold on.
What?
Periods be hurting, but she was saying hurt, like if your period incapacitates you, like it basically makes you on the floor, you're throwing up, shit
Oh, yeah,
like that.
there's a level of pain, of course. But yeah,
Right.
but
But-
of course with Black women, specifically, doctors don't want to believe that we're in pain ever. So it's still, if you feel something is wrong, go. And again, too, October is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And we talked about all of those things. There's emotional abuse, there's physical abuse, there is sexual abuse. And there's so many ways that you can be in a relationship with someone and be abused without even knowing it. So I know we had, again, the doctor, the psychologist on Mac, and talked about where sometimes you don't even know you're being psychologically abused by narcissists. We talked about that a lot. But if you feel like you can't get out, talk to somebody. I know, like, we've been, and that's another thing, I've been seeing just so many scary things over this last summer of, like, parents killing their children, killing each other. This summer has been gruesome. So please just, if you need help, we are going to include in the description of this episode resources for breast cancer help and aid, as well as domestic violence resource centers and hotlines.
I can't remember which episodes we had, but maybe we can go back and list them in the
We have a
description
few, yeah.
too, so you guys can listen to them. But who says hoes can't be helpful?
Well, speaking of hoes, I know this got kind of dark, but
I don't
our
think this
horrible-
is dark.
I mean, it's kind of like, we want to live now.
Can I be honest with you?
So-
Like, this shit is always, I don't really think that like sharing resources is dark. I think because we're so scared, and
Well,
by
it's
we,
dark when I talk about parents killing their children. That's like, that was where I talked
that
about
was
it got
pretty
a little dark. Like, not us sharing resources.
I thought you
It
meant
was
like the
just-
breast cancer story.
No, I mean,
that's
breast-
a happy story.
Breast cancer, well, because she survived.
Right.
But
Thankfully.
she has family members that didn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the earlier you can catch it. Also, domestic violence is very dark, period.
Right.
We're going to share those resources.
Oh, Uncoupled. If anybody's watching that on Netflix, it's the gay show. It's so good. There's a man who gets breast cancer. And literally
Wow.
1% of men get it or some shit like that.
Oh.
So it's crazy.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right.
But
Yeah.
all right, let's
Time
make
for the horrible decision. Let's
fun
go ahead
of-
and laugh at Weezy.
Hold on.
Eden, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you time to make fun?
Yes.
Because I am.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you listened back in the day to Horrible Decisions. We are bringing back an old school style of Horrible Decision. Where
What is it?
There was somewhat a Horrible Decision where we tell stories.
Yeah.
So the last time we've done a full story for a Horrible Decision was my unicorn experience in Mexico.
Oh, yes.
And so this time, Weezy, I need you to add all the details, set the scene.
You slut.
And action.
Woo!
Okay.
Slow start.
Spotlight is on you.
So I meet this cutie in the street, and literally I was with Brianda, and she was like, no, he's a Casanova, and you know it. And I was like, yeah, true, but also I love people that are tattooed all over their body and that are tall and sexy.
Why did she say no? What's a Casanova? Like, did she know him?
No.
No, like
Okay.
the rap.
But I ended up fucking him anyway. But the point is, basically, Brianda has been having this thing like, if you date someone who's medium ugly, they're going to treat you right. And it's
This is not true.
Brianda, what
This
the fuck,
is
bro?
not true.
kind of
Medium ugly, ugly as fuck.
No, she kind of right though.
And no, she's not.
average looking people are just better partners.
They're not. Have you ever watched Maury? I think I bring that up all the time.
they're
Maury
both
wasn't
ugly.
real, Mandii.
They're not both ugly all the time.
So when one person,
It'd be regular, medium, average looking people.
that's my point. If one's really hot. Anyway, so here's what happened. So whatever, I texted this person and it was good. And so went to LA and we've been talking since then. And
You fucked.
all right. So
So the talking was good. Hold on, you're not gonna speed through this shit, bitch. We got time.
I'm just
So was
niggas looking at the YouTube minutes like she should be going on.
Yeah.
So, okay, you know what it is? Oh, wait, did you want
This is
to
a
be with
very
this
embarrassing
person?
story, actually,
No,
because it's so embarrassing. Like, I just cannot believe it was one of the best dates, and it like shit. Okay,
I love
so
this.
I've been talking to this guy. I don't want to describe him too much because he's really out in New York, so I feel like people know him. Probably not the people that listen to this.
I was about to say, you showed me his picture. I ain't never seen that man. I don't know that man. He could be walking down the street.
I mean, I'm not
know
going
that
front. Like, once I started seeing him, like a lot of like Lower East Side, East Village, Soho crowd, like we had some of the same people. So, long story short,
You were really going after the broke artist, not broke look. Not you really being with the LES crowd. Ooh.
I live there.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so we've been talking. I after I fucked him, I was like, okay, well, this was mutually good. So now let me talk to him some more. So, so whatever. We've been on the phone a lot while I was in LA, and like, you know, when I can talk to someone for an hour and it doesn't feel like an hour, I feel like that's when you know it's good.
Yeah.
So I've been looking forward to seeing him again, and he's not dumb. He reads books, and
All right.
Just because he reads books.
that sounds like a very basic thing to say, but niggas don't read. They just don't. So you can tell when someone is a reader, and when they're
All these niggas say they read The Alchemist. They
nah, but that
all these
48 laws of power.
You know what I mean?
Nah, but like he just is someone that I vibe with, right? And we have really good chemistry. So I was really excited to see him when I got back to New York. So I had been offered a staycation by this company that I don't even want to say what they had. It was a condom brand. Not a big condom brand, a small condom brand. And we're basically like, yo, if you want to have like a night and like an escapade or whatever, like we just want you to take a picture. We'll like get you a photographer. We'll, you know, just, you don't even have to be in lingerie. Just set the scene and like talk about your experience. I was like, okay. I was like, well, you know, if I talk about it on Whoreible, I want y'all to cut a check. And they're like, no, just make it real quick on Instagram. And I was like, fine. So I tell him, and me and him are laughing like super down. Bro, they have a spa day planned for us the next day. Like, it's a whole thing. Sent a car, like literally gave me an expense for like lavish dinners. They wanted it to be a full like scene.
Right.
So I get there, he gets there before me, and he was looking good as fuck. His hair was in braids, and I hadn't seen it in braids yet. And just like, also when like, whatever, I can't even hype him up that much because it's not like,
You can't. You're really hyping him up right now.
because I remember how I was feeling in the moment. So I'm actually trying to go back to that feeling. So I get in after the Envision Fest and I take a shower and like I'm looking at him and I'm like literally like I wanted to fuck him before we left. So we go to that show company. What do they call it?
Yep,
XIV. What's XIV, man?
The
I had a
number
good time.
27
What's
or
it
something
called?
like that.
XIV? Isn't that
2024.
Oh, yeah.
Well, anyway,
24.
I'm not all the way there. Well, they have a new show.
Wait.
It's a little bit different. It's not like full theater-esque like when we went, but so
Shout out to them too. Really good.
I'm like, yo,
Yo,
they-
that's
they-
14. I was like,
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm like, yo.
Hey, you
Where
got
did I get
4,
20?
bitch.
two, and one X is a 10.
Oh.
Right.
All I got to think of is forever X.
D is
forever
5.
XXI.
The I
That's
before
what I
the
used
I
to call
barely
Forever
know
21.
English, and now you want me to translate letters into
D.
numbers. We're not doing it. Okay.
Yeah, this ain't it. So,
Okay. So you took him there.
yes.
Because she did ask for a +2, and baby, it wasn't me, so I had to hop in the fucking email. Like, well, can I get tickets?
What's going on?
No, I figured they were saying like,
Well, shit.
I figured
You
we
want to
could
go on
go
a date
separate.
with a nigga? Yeah, they hit me up too last minute. I was like, baby, I got plans.
So we go and it's raining and I brought
Sexy
some
vibe.
I bought mushrooms because I was like the show is kind of trippy.
It is.
So I was like, oh, let's take some mushrooms. And
Be high.
he's also mad fun. Like, you know when someone's just down to do whatever?
Yeah.
So we're like dropping the mushrooms when we get in there.
Wow.
They let us in and they really gave me a fucking full VIP experience. I'll say that. So the cocktails they're giving us, like, we were getting fucked up. So while we're
We
there,
got fucked up when we went. So
you
I
know,
believe you.
we did. Also, the night he was like documenting the night, which I guess a lot of artists do. I've had another artist do kind of do that, but like he was just like taking pictures of a lot of things and like morphing them into shit, doing like a lot of frames of me. Like it was sexy. So we were sitting there, you know, touching, flirting, it's getting cute, going to the bathroom to do some more mushrooms, getting a little fucked up. It was fun. And also, not every black person in there knowing who I was. That was also the gag.
Well, that's what happened when we went. Not surprised.
But I think it was like a press night. So, okay.
Okay.
So we're watching like the girls on the stage and they're like looking at us. Like it's a thing. Also like not tooting my own horn, but bitch beep beep. We was looking good. So then finally somebody calls us in the back, like a fortune like telling thing. She's like, oh, I heard you two are on a date. Come to the back. So it's like we go back there. They take us through this room and like, anyway, if you go to the show, maybe it'll happen to you. Maybe you'll get chosen. But bitch, me and him were laughing because we got back out and I was like, yo, I thought we was doing the lap dance. I thought we were going fuck. Like he was like, shit, me too. Then we sitting there.
It's not a sex club, Weezy.
I know, but you get horny when you go there. So then we're looking at this girl on stage and I'm looking at her and he's looking at her and he's like, I don't know if I'm going to ruin things, but like, I feel like if we ever had a threesome, I was like, okay, good, because I was on the same page, which is crazy because just a few weeks ago, I told you I would never have a threesome again if I wasn't fully into this person.
Yep, you did.
But you know,
But you're a hypocrite. Go ahead. We lie.
Yep.
We lie.
no, I think I mean it until
You're human.
my pussy does something.
Until you throw.
Yeah.
So then
Like-
one of the performers gets off the stage and knows him and she's talking to us. And I actually want to have her on because I thought she was throwing, and I'm sorry if you're listening to this, but it was giving you through the pussy. So
When people are friendly, you often think.
no, I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
So she says, did you see the beginning of the show? I said, no. She said, well, I was wearing a strap. Oh, sorry. Should I have told the show? Whatever. She was like, I was wearing a strap and I literally thought of horrible decisions. I thought of you guys and like, I love the show. And I was like, oh,
Wow.
I think she was thinking of me, bitch, and you thought.
I said that. I said, you mean it in a peg? I literally said, you mean
wanna
in
call
a
me
pegging
Eddie?
way or a gay way? Because I said, one of us is the pegger. And she goes, I love to peg. But so we start talking and it's just the three of us and we're all talking very close and she's got her titties out and like, she was cute. So she's like, you know, how did threesomes come up? I don't know, but whatever. Oh, the strap. She starts talking about how she's been on this sexual healing journey. I'm a sexual healer. Like I'm a unicorn and I really do well at it. And she talked about how she has sex with couples and they either break up or stay together. And I'm like, well, duh, that's kind of funny. She said, well, one of my friends I think needs to leave her boyfriend. So I'm probably going to fuck them so she can realize it.
Okay.
She's like, I just have this power where it happens with people. And I'm like, oh,
Yo, man.
I was like, so
toxic.
and then I said, do you ever have threesomes like where you're not the guest star? And she's like, I love being the unicorn. And I'm like, we're all just three looking at each other. And he's like, okay, we're actually going out later. Like it was giving, it was going to happen. But whatever. I'm not trying to assume because she listens to the show. So I don't want to like whatever.
But also she knows you fuck fans. So that makes sense.
Okay, Mandii.
Okay, sorry.
So we have a great time at this show and it's
Same.
like going well. And now we're drunk and we're drinking all these weird mixology drinks and elixirs and shit. And it's turning into a very high-low night. Because now we're in Brooklyn. He's like, let's go to this bar we know. It's like some shitty bar, whatever. Then we get into this thing where we go to this next bar and Dave is there. We both know some people there. And basically he was dancing with me all night. It's getting hot. And then he offers to go to this one last place in Soho.
Okay.
Now we're smacked. We get in the car
Okay.
and
This is now the third spot of the night.
we're going to the third spot.
Okay.
And he goes there a lot because I've been there with him. And he gets on the phone for a moment
Okay.
and he's like, hey, what are you up to? And the other person was like, nothing much. Da, da, da. And she asks what he's doing and he goes, and he was drunk. I don't know. I'm having a really good time right now though. So like, I'll talk to you later. And hangs up. So I said, nigga, did you just call to check in with your bitch? That's exactly what I said. So he's laughing for a moment, like a nervous laugh. And he goes, actually, I've been wanting to talk to you about this all night.
Oh.
Bro, my whole body got hot. I was like, talk to me about what? And he said, I am talking to somebody, but like, you know, I just wanted to tell you. I'm like,
Niggas.
do you have a girlfriend?
Not the camera snapping.
He repeats that he's talking to somebody. Now, you know what's crazy? I actually can't ruin my night because I'm also high. I'm on mushrooms. I'm feeling this nigga. We're having mad fucking fun. And I'm like, okay, I'm not even going to ask, does she think she's your girlfriend? Because if he says yes, I can't do this tonight. So ignorance is going to be bliss.
Absolutely.
I said, is she about to fucking be there? He's like, nah, we're good. I'm like, okay. Also, this is like a second date. What do I give a fuck? Like, let me just have a good time. And we have like this massage treatment shit in the morning. I'm just like, let me just relax because I actually need it. So we go to the club. Before we even walk in, guess who's there? Sexual healer girl.
Did y'all tell her you were heading there?
We did. And I'm like,
Oh, okay.
okay.
Oh, she was ready.
Thank you. So maybe three's not a crowd. So then we go in the corner again. She passes the mushroom out. Now we're getting higher. We're having fun, smoking, chilling. We go in there. We're having drinks, dancing. It's great. And then someone comes up and looks at him. And I didn't see her. I just saw his face.
Hold on, for those watching on YouTube, how did she look? How did she approach?
Yeah, how did
what
she
was
approach
the, you know?
First of all, she
Theatrics.
came by herself, and the only person she went up to is him.
Ooh.
Now, if I'm going to meet my nigga, that's how I'm rolling up. Because that's my nigga. So, hello. What do I need backup for?
Right.
She comes up to him and like, she didn't say, hey. Like, you know when you run into someone, you're like, hey. So she didn't say hello, which let me then know it was just like, oh, yeah, you know, you see a man to play, you're like, oh.
This what you doing? This who you with?
No.
This what's going on?
I don't think she felt that. I think she knew he was out with friends or something because she clearly didn't know what was going on. So I was like, oh, this must be her. So then he goes immediately, gives her a hug and he goes, I'm about to go smoke real quick. And I'm like, oh, if he had to escape, this the bitch. So what I'm about to do, bitch, I'm finna go smoke, ho. The fuck?
You went to smoke with him?
Oh yeah.
Without her?
Walked right out. Yeah, she sat at the table we were at. So I go outside to smoke with this nigga, but now he's talking to so many people that I can't fucking say, is that your bitch? So I'm just waiting for the opportunity to ask. Even though I know it's his bitch, I didn't even tell me to my motherfucking face. So now sexual healer comes outside. Now this is where I said I'm very embarrassed because I can't say what I want to say in front of him, in front of her, when also I thought we were all gonna have sex. What the fuck? So now we're smoking, we're outside, and it's sexual healer, me and him. And I'm trying to lock eyes with him so I could look at him like, the girl comes outside.
Mm-hmm.
The girlfriend. Or
Whatever the
supposed.
fuck's that hoe.
Supposed.
Maybe she ain't a hoe. I don't fucking know. But she a hoe to me. So whatever that hoe is, she comes outside and she like stands right in front of him. It's cold and she like puts her arms like this, you know, like
Waiting for him to hover and warm her up.
like something was giving like,
Where's the
I'm
jacket?
here, babe. And I felt the vibe.
Was she cute? Like you didn't want to just make it a foursome?
She's not my type particularly.
Okay.
That's all I'll say. I don't want to be rude.
That's a no.
You don't want to be rude, but you just called her
She's
a hoe.
cute. No. I mean, she's
It's
cute.
hoe.
She's cute to somebody. She's cute to him. I'm not saying she's not a pretty girl.
It's
I just
she's
like,
cute to somebody's fucked up, but that's hilarious.
She's cute to somebody.
no,
That is the most.
she was not ugly. I'm sorry.
Jab.
I'm just
right.
not into like that look.
That. Okay.
Okay. I don't want to state the obvious because I have PTSD.
Oh.
Once I'm connecting these weird dots and this shit's getting weird, it don't take me too long, bro. I get out my Uber app. I call the SUV. The shit was 1 minute away. Now, here's the thing. I said, well, I had a great night. I hugged the sexual healer girl. I think I dapped him up. I don't even remember how I said goodbye to him. And here she says to me, do you have his number? Please let him know you got home safe.
Oh, bitch, you ain't drag her by her motherfucking hair. I ain't gonna hold you at that point. Oh, bitch, you petty. Because she was like, hope you had a good time. He's going home with me. That's what that was.
Oh, I wanted to knock that little white bitch out. But
That's why she wasn't your type.
Not white.
You can see she was quiet.
There we go.
but
Oh, we should have known along.
that was my
Should've
PTSD.
known.
I
Yeah.
thought everybody caught on.
Duh.
But
Not Emily.
you know what? And maybe she's not a white bitch, but she a bitch to me. But so, dude, that was it. Actually, if she didn't say that, I wouldn't have been as mad. I was like, what the fuck did you do?
That's definitely pressing you.
Son, that shit killed me. And also, you know what's crazy? I don't even think she knew the vibe. I think she made it just... I don't know. I don't even know if she was trying to be funny. She might have been being sweet. I don't fucking know.
Nah, I think
But I'm
Grace
just
was
like,
trying to press you.
Sweet.
she
I
could
think
have been
I
being
said
sweet.
that. Like,
I've said that to women that's been out with Whoreible, like, when I have a nigga, you know what I'm
Sarah
saying?
was bugging.
But what I'll tell you right now is, bitch, I ain't being sweet hoe. So now I'm
so
fucking.
where are y'all at now? So the girlfriend showed up to the date. You went home alone. Did y'all do the spa the next day?
So let's talk about this.
Wendy has her furious.
He brought some art supplies to the hotel room. And
What?
like, I don't want to exactly say what he does.
LES nigga.
Brittany got her bugging.
Okay, got you.
So I'm not trying
Art
to describe
supplies.
exactly what he does, but just say there was some shit there for work. And I knew that. So I'm like, oh, he better not come up in this bitch. He better not. Is he crazy? Nah, he ain't that crazy. So my drunk ass gets back to the Edition. I'm on the phone with my homegirl. And she looking at the phone like, what? Because she knew we had a night.
Mhm.
She answers the phone like, hello? I said, oh, bitch. I'm in the lobby too. Let me tell you about this nigga. So now I'm telling her the story. And she goes, Weezy, I'm gonna be real with you. There's a few things that can make this worse, not that bad, and let you fuck him again. I said, okay.
Okay.
She said, if he texts you, so sorry this just happened. Like, I had a great time with you. Hope you're home safe. She's like, there's almost like room to come back from.
And he was honest.
He was
He told you he was talking to somebody.
before I got there, but also like, why would you take me there if you know this is a spot she'd be at? You dumbass.
I can't.
It's New York. I ain't even
I can't
gonna-
It's
defend
not
him.
New York,
But
bro.
if
No,
it's a
it's
place
not,
where
yeah.
he's comfortable, I be going to shit and be like, damn, nah,
Nah, my
Yeah,
nigga.
but not when-
If I
that's
think
when
I'm
she's
gonna run
coming.
into a nigga I'm fucking, I'm not about to take
So
you to
you
my
brought
shit.
no nigga ever to last lap
Ooh.
since you've been single.
I'm single.
But you know you have the, there's a possibility that you're gonna run
When I
into
was
either-
fucking other niggas on Old Bay, I never took them to last lap.
Okay,
How about that?
Okay, but what about right now where you are talking to different people?
I'm not
bring
talking to somebody that's at a spot. I know. I hear what you're saying. That specific scenario, no, I do not do. Like, if I'm single and I'm dating around, whatever, like, there's nobody in
What
my
if you're
life.
dating multiple people?
If anybody in my life right now sees me out with a nigga, there ain't shit they could say. So you're in a position where there's a bitch that sees you out with a bitch, there's shit she could say. So don't take me to that fucking spot. That's my point.
Okay.
Period. I've definitely fucked niggas that's been at a spot I've been at, but like, you know what I mean? It's the past or whatever. But like, specifically that scenario, he should not have took me there, bro. You like ruined the night. We were on such a high of a fun night and then just bam. So 7 a.m, I get a text, can I pull up? And I wake up. I said, oh, hell no. Also, you don't really sleep well on mushrooms when you take them late. So all night, I'm just like dreaming crazy scenarios. So then he's like, I just need to grab equipment. And I'm like, I could kill this nigga. So I go downstairs, fucking make sure I check it and disable the keys because I'm like, he ain't crazy, but also he better not talk to me because I'm livid right now.
Where?
So we get to maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 11 maybe. And he texts me, I'm going to make this right. Make what right? Like, are you serious? So then he calls me at 8 o'clock at night, which that's already too late for me. Let me at least attempt to apologize to you. So I have some weed, I smoke, I talk to him, and he's like, what do you think he said? What are all niggas gonna say? I fucked up,
Basically.
blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there like,
My bad.
you know, all my friends are like completely cut him off, right?
Which I wouldn't go that far. He's just talking to the bitch.
I don't think he's just talking to the bitch. I think he has a girlfriend. But also, here's the thing, right? Which is that I was battling in my head. I should not be going through shit like this on a second date with a nigga that had plans with me for like a week. Also, like, why are you not prioritizing me? If you were just talking to a bitch, you could at least text me to say, are you getting home safe? I'm sorry that happened. I'm like, can we talk about it tomorrow? Like, you did none of that because either
And you waited till the next day, yeah.
you were a little too awkward or whatever. And he's like, yo, like, I'm like really feeling bad about this. I care a lot. I really hope I didn't fuck things up. I'm like, hope you didn't fuck things up. You should have hoped when I got in the car. So to me, you really made me feel second fiddle and like side bitch type shit, which kills me. I hate that feeling. Like,
Understandable.
don't make me feel pushed to the side.
Yeah.
Also, like, I'm not trying to like act like I'm that bitch, but I am. And you end up with a bitch like me at the palm of your hands. You need to be doing a little bit better than that. I don't know, shorty. Like, but I'm just saying, I know she ain't me. I know that. So anyway, whatever happened, what killed me at the end of the call was like, he was like, well, when I get my shit together, can I hit you? And I'm like, does that mean when you break up with her? Like, what are you saying?
It means when he figure out what he want to do with her. Not break up.
Yeah.
When he figures out where he sees her in his life. Then I'm a slide back to you if this don't work out. But he's gonna figure that out first.
I said, nigga, if I'm not already like in some shit, okay, I can't sit around waiting for anybody, right? Like that is like also the other thing that annoyed me about it. But you know, here's what really made me call him back and give him even that little piece of hope. I would be lying if I didn't say I definitely had probably one of the best dates. And also, the sex is good. So if he's a terrible person later, I'll figure that out along the way. But those things were enough to let me know that I'd want to like see something more. And also the New York, LA shit. When someone can go between them both, that kind of makes me, I'm very attracted to that right now.
Yeah,
a
but
nigga
also
that's on the move
it's
is
Accessibility.
what my life is.
Yeah.
It's actually interesting that you said that to me, or that you just shared that. Knowing that he's in whatever he's in now, and clearly went on a date with you, to still consider seeing a future with him, knowing that you don't want the same type of relationship that you just had with Old Bay, he's showing you how he moves in a relationship. So the fact that you're even thinking, you know what? I still would entertain him and maybe he can come back. He's showing you the type of nigga he is already.
That's what I was literally
So
thinking.
you
That's what made it
don't want
worse.
to be cheated on. This probably ain't the nigga to even consider revisiting. He's showing you how he is in a relationship.
Honestly, I like made a joke on my Instagram about
He the
it
same
where I
type of
was like,
nigga.
dog, I really think in like in a
it's with a
previous
white
life
woman.
I did something.
And it's with a white woman. So like, to me, you even thinking, well, the sex was good. It was a great date. I'll give him another chance. Bro,
the fuck
it's a
is it?
cycle. Why would you
I'm
want to be with
actually
someone
crazy.
that you already see is showing
You
the
know
same
what it
exact
is?
signs
It sucks,
as
but
Old
the
Bay?
truth of it is like, and I agree with you. If you told me this story, I would say the same thing. Having sparks with people just rarely happens. And I hate that that's the truth. But
Not if they listen to this podcast. Bitch, you got sparks with somebody every year on this pod. All the niggas
I'll tell you who I had
you've
sparks
got
with.
sparks with.
No,
Honestly.
Dreamville nigga was a spark. This nigga was a spark. That's 2 in a year. I would say
Just two?
Just not
This
Lambo.
year?
Lambo, you highly spoke of Lambo until
You
it got
almost had a
messy.
child together.
we didn't have a spark. We were fucking and he was fun.
But you seem to really like him.
And you almost had his
Because
baby.
he was fun and ghetto, but I didn't think it was
there
gonna
was
be
a spark. Loverboy, spark.
that Loverboy was
spark.
6 years ago.
That still counts.
Hospital Dick was 3 years ago.
But I'm only saying through this
Also,
podcast.
not him knowing Hospital Dick.
But I'm only saying
That Elias
you know
crowd
what I mean?
is.
But I'm only saying like through this podcast journey even of 6 years where you're saying it's rare, the sparks that you've actually had with men.
5 and 6 years is rare to me.
You said
Is it-
BDD already, right?
You said what?
You said BDD already. right?
BDD? Yeah, bro. You've had sparks. My nigga.
Sorry.
It's given you starting a car out here, bitch.
Jump start.
like there's not a lot of women that maybe even get as many sparks as you've had. I haven't had that many. Bitch, I just had my first boyfriend.
We applaud you for it, honestly.
Like you get sparks and connections with men way quicker than I think a lot of people.
All right, well, fuck that
Electrifying.
nigga then. Shit. I don't know. Or maybe by the time this episode comes out, I've already fucked
You
this
got a
man.
new, or you got
I
a
hope
new nigga.
not.
Or you got a new nigga.
Speaking of new niggas, the guy that I cuddled with that I met at the Netflix party.
See what I mean? Another spark.
More sparks.
It wasn't this kind of spark, but he did hit me for dinner next week in LA. So you know he's way more. I feel bad.
Oh wait, scientist nigga, you had a spark with
Scientist nigga.
the nigga in LA. Not Netflix nigga, because you had a spark with Netflix nigga.
Oh my
I didn't have a
God.
spark with scientist. He just had a big dick.
But there was
That's enough for you.
No.
You saw long term with him for a little bit until
Only
something
because
followed
he had a
through.
great
Got that
job,
long
but he was
dick.
boring.
Oh,
Oh.
well,
I
there
hope
was
he
a
doesn't
spark.
listen to this
There
show.
was a little bit of spark.
No, it was dick.
Okay.
And he was tall and cute.
That's enough.
And the dick was nuts. It wasn't even, you know what's crazy? I actually had better sex with this guy.
Wait, and you had a spark with fucking Beard Bay? Nigga, you had sparks, nigga.
You fireworks.
Bubba Sparks.
You Jordan
actually
Sparks.
had the fucking starting lineup to the WNBA team, bitch.
Dead ass.
What is that? The LA Sparks?
Yeah, LA Sparks.
Ooh.
Look at you, sports. Where'd you
You
sports?
were giving LA Sparks, bitch. From coast to coast.
Okay, you know what? Okay. You know what it is? He's the last person I fucked. That's probably what it
And
is.
that's why you lied to
enough?
yourself. But bitch, you got.
But no, I'm saying like the dick is still imprinted. It's like
It's fresh.
went up there and I feel it.
So,
But I think also like, you know, I romanticize things so much. That's a Pisces thing to do. And I spend a lot of time talking. So the more I talk to someone, the more interesting I find them. Like that's also what builds it up for me. But
Fair.
you're right. He definitely, I guess.
Is giving Obey 2.0. Move on.
Oh, let's talk about this that I met that got a girlfriend, bitch.
All right. You see all these.
they all
marks.
got girlfriends.
Oh, bitch. I'm in the club. I go to
Giving
I go to
sizzle.
Stafford Room, which let me just say, for anybody that lives in New York that likes hood shit, that was it. It felt like a hookah cloud when I walked in.
Cool.
Like, wow.
Also, it's giving Dykeman, but downtown.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, it's like in the 40s. So nobody was in there except for the VIP.
40s.
Midtown.
Midtown's
Not-
40s.
Midtown that's not downtown.
That's
But it's
Midtown.
not uptown.
But it is not down.
It's,
Okay.
it's Midtown.
Midtown.
Yeah.
So I get there. It seems like no one's in the club, but VIP is packed. There's like a bunch of niggas, fabulous, Mano. It's just like crowd and BBLs. And so I was in
Nice.
there for 10 minutes and I was like, okay, well, at least they're playing fucking Chief Keef. So I not going front. I saw this guy who was so fucking cute. Dreads, a gorgeous smile, and he had on an outfit I liked. So I said to Gabby, oh my God, how fucking hot is he? So she was like, he is. She was like, he's so your type, but he's sitting down. He looks short. I was like, you're right. Go to the other end of the club. He wasn't tall. He was about 6 feet, but maybe 45 minutes later, I didn't see him for the rest of the night. Dude comes up to me and he was like, I've been watching you all night. And I was like, did I manifest him?
You
Like,
probably
yo,
did.
honestly, very rarely do I look at a dude. I fuck a nigga and they come over, but like, where we were clearly each other's type. It was just one of those moments. So like, I'm like all up in his face and he just moved here for work. And I'm like, what job is that? And of course it was ball. So, long story short, he kept wanting to hang with me and
Uh-oh.
whatever.
Uh-oh.
Great conversation. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Literally in the middle of the conversation, it was getting so good. I was like, I have to go home. It's 4:00 in the morning. He was like, can my driver take you home? Like, what can I do? Blah, 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 blah. Can I keep hanging with you? I was like, no, nigga. And then we were just vibing so hard. I'm like, something's wrong with you. How many kids do you have? And he was like, no kids. And I was like, something else is wrong. I was like, is your dick small? So he starts laughing. He was like, nah. So then I said, how long have you been with your girlfriend? And he's like, well,
Uh,
I broke up with her, but like, she just kind of staying. So like, I think I'm broken up, but she thinks she's my. That's enough. Gave him my number and told him to call me when they break up.
is that his fault though?
What do you mean is it his fault? Why are you fucking coming up to bitches in the club?
Well, he said they're broken up. Why you can't take his word for it?
Nigga.
Nah, this is the same problem. Like, if you know, at this point, who thinks you they boyfriend? That gotta be the question.
So the
Oh
bitch
no,
delusional?
that definitely happens. Hell
Ooh.
yeah. I was gonna
How
say
many
something
bitches
crazy.
No,
think
edit,
you
no,
they
no,
boyfriend?
Yes, there's a lot of women that are
And
delusional.
how many bitches think you they boyfriend?
Right. I mean, just my one.
Right. But that's the question, because if you got multiple bitches out here putting claims on you,
I've
I don't
definitely
even
had
want that
women put
problem.
claims on me and they were not my girl. I promise.
I want that problem if you married.
Nah, maybe a
I'm gonna
bitch
get
you
check,
talking to, but this nigga with the bitch. So I'm like, let me Google this nigga. So all I had to do was first name in the team. And I was like, oh, that salary is a lot more than I thought it was going to be, which is probably why, one, she not leaving.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, then all you got to do is just click one thing and then bam, there is just their life together. And I was like,
Oh God.
See, that's never mind. I take
wow.
back what I said. I apologize. That's enough.
See,
Yeah.
shit.
Sorry. I'm
so anyway, basically what I've realized is anyone attractive is going to have a girlfriend. There we go.
sure.
That's not
true
Oh,
either.
that is not true.
I can't agree to that. There'd be some other
They're gonna have
motherfuckers.
options,
Mhm.
not necessarily a girlfriend.
I agree. Options is well.
Okay, if I have one more of these situations happen to me, what I'm saying is true. 3 out of 3 because things happen in threes. God, please don't let that have a fucking girlfriend. Kill me.
He definitely
if
has a
he
girlfriend.
does.
Come on.
Huh? Actually, let's bleep that out because I realize that's just this is his job. But basically, the guy from the Netflix party, I realized no, he mentioned his ex-girl.
I'm just trying to find out.
He better be single. That's all I know because Don't ask me to go to fucking eat unless you don't have a bitch. I don't give a fuck if you fucking a bitch. If that's your bitch, no. I don't even care if she got a toothbrush there. Is that your bitch? That's what I need to know. And if you don't have a bitch, I'm good. And I'm sorry I'm calling all these bitches, but these bitches is getting on my nerves.
Well, you probably get on a lot of their
You know
nerves
what?
'cause you're
Yeah, I was
dating
gonna
their
say.
niggas.
Yeah.
I don't know who's dating their niggas,
You're
bro.
actually the problem for them.
Do you know what I'm starting to wonder?
Shit.
Did Old Bay in fact tell these women when they said, do you have a girlfriend? Like, she cool though. Yo,
She think I'm her boyfriend. It could have.
No. I'm sure
okay,
Old
all
Bay
right, you got
claimed
it.
me.
Okay.
I think he was just like, yo, like,
It's complicated.
she be
Right.
no.
Like Facebook.
I think he was like, she be traveling, like she mad cool. Yo, we have threesomes together.
It's kind of like
cool.
open.
I bet you that's how he did it.
Hell yeah.
He acted like I would have been okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Not that it was white. Not the way you be
Yeah,
talking.
Phoebe-
he knew it
Phoebe
wasn't
ran up
okay. The
on
white
that.
women he lied to.
Like, you're probably right.
The white
That's
women
probably
he
why
lied to.
sometimes he had to answer the phone. And he was probably like, nah, I got a bitch. She don't know, but, you know, shut the fuck up.
See what I mean? Well, story time has commended. Is that the word? When you end something, right?
Commenced.
Commenced.
There you
There we
go.
go.
You
It has commenced.
I'll take that.
I've been reading, bitch. It has commenced. Hope that you guys enjoyed this episode of Whoreible Decisions. We want to shout out to Black Effect because we with y'all or whatever. As we're getting towards the end of the year, goddamn, 2022 has gone by so motherfucking fast.
hella shout out to Black Effect, bro.
Word.
We got a raise.
Boom. Also, if you
I'm about
guys
to act
want,
like a nigga.
I hate you. If you guys
I already ordered another grill. Sorry.
If y'all want bonus content, y'all know we are on Patreon at patreon.com/Whoreible Decisions. You do have to type in the whole thing because it is 18 plus content, but you will find us. We have 3 tiers, $5, $10, and $25. At the $25 tier, you are able, at the $15 and $25 tier, you're actually able, so it's $5, $15, $25. At $15 and $25, you're able to join us once a month for our town hall, which allows you to be a part of an episode. And at the $25 tier, every 4th month, you get a piece of Patreon merchandise that is only for Patrons, and we just got some new designs. So make sure you join us and support us over on Patreon. We are going to leave you guys with a 5-minute bonus clip.
Maybe we won't on video. Who
Or
knows?
maybe not. If
I
we
get
will
it
or
in
we
time.
won't. God damn it. We will or we fucking won't. And this has been yet another episode of Whoreible Decisions. Bye.